Yay! Okay. I have a puppy sleeping on my feet. We have a game loading. And I have to say, today so far is turning into a pretty good day. Oh, let's see if we can get everything loaded in here, hopefully in the next couple of minutes. Sorry for the late start. HD, how you doing, buddy? What's up? So for those who don't follow me over on Twitter, actually retweeted a post from a buddy of mine, Midnight Designer. He apparently was watching the Humble Bundle stuff, and Sony, well, Magix is the one who actually makes it now, but the Vegas Pro 14 Edit, which is the previous version of what is available right now, is available over on Humble Bundle for 20 bucks. Yeah. So if you're looking for decent editing software for a inexpensive price, that is, yeah, not a bad deal. They claim that it's, you know, almost like $800 or something like that normally, but they're selling it now for 300 bucks for the current version, so which is 15, Pro 15. But yeah, the Humble Bundle is the previous generation. It is the version 14. So if you're needing editing software, not bad for 20 bucks. Budbane, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. I'd say I hope you have a terrific week as well, but I'm hoping you had a terrific week, considering we've only got today and tomorrow for the actual work week this week. So, oh, now I have been playing a little bit off camera, just a little bit. So we'll show you what we got done. But basically, most of the welding is done at this point, and I have made some changes to the ship. Now, we will be getting into these a little bit here. Just wait for the damn game to load. Space Engineers Loading Simulator 2018. We haven't changed this process in 5 bloody years. And then for the folks who don't know, I also do live stream over on Twitch. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have started a new vanilla 7 Days to Die playthrough over on that side of the house. And we're doing it as a progressive challenge. Basically, each week in-game, the days 1 through 6 will lose a half hour of time. Week 1, they're at 2 hours. So week 2, they will be at an hour and a half per day, with the 7th day of each in-game week being 2 hours. So should do survival with multiple people going to war with each other. We're actually, there's a couple of us that are talking about something like that. Not necessarily in Space Engineers, but in 7 Days to Die. We're talking about doing some like end-game base builds, you know, to see who can come up with the best surviving base. So we'll see how that all works out. All right, so now let me get us over here. And we already have Meteor Storm inbound. Doesn't surprise me. Okay. So, yes, I actually just recovered the one of the abandoned freighter, or one of the abandoned ships. And so I was going to ask everybody, what do you think we should do with it? Should we just break it down for parts, or should we keep it? So as you can see, Bob is going through the process of trying to do a little bit of repair on it. We have actually fully recovered it. We got lucky. It was one of the ones that doesn't explode when you get close to it. So yeah. All right. So let me walk you through what we've got going on in the ship. We have a new bridge area, and I will show you what we did with this, because it gets confusing down in here now. We've got all sorts of stuff going on, but let me walk you through the whole thing. We'll start with the exterior tour. We'll bring you back in here in a minute. Okay, so if you remember previously, the double doors here lead to the aft section that used to be the bridge. Those are now engineering stations. We have one both on port and starboard, obviously. The hangar spaces on both port and starboard are now finished. This is the port side hangar. This one still needs a little bit of work. I'm not sure how I want to do the connectors in here. So right now we've got them set up for top connectors so that we'll actually be able to put some fighters in here. But I'm not sure if we're going to keep that or if we're going to add another one in between these two, in betwixt even. And then obviously the starboard hangar has not changed, even if my jumping skill has. There we go. So we have our little mining craft over there. Both of these things are completely configured so that we can control both fore and aft doors, and it can cycle atmosphere. So yeah, we're actually doing pretty good on that portion. Do we have, let's go shield. Oh, I'm not in the cockpit, that's right. Alright, so you come forward, and the ship is completely airtight now. We actually have atmosphere all the way through the ship. So this area is still to be defined. I haven't really done anything with the lower sections here. But let me show you what we did on the other hull to give you an idea of some of the stuff that we can do. So this is the entrance over here. Let me show you. So you have the two entrance areas here. This is sealed off in this section, and this leads up to the bridge and upper areas. So I'll walk you, like I said, we'll walk you through some of this in a bit. Show you what we got going on over here. Okay, so when you come through here, this is now, you can see the lower area down there. We haven't done anything with this yet, but you come up here and you have the build and repair system, and you have your little observatory area. So I'm thinking we might, let me turn the personal light on. We have too many light sources on the ship, so render goes a little weird. See? So yeah, so what I'm thinking is we might go ahead and do the same that we did here, where we have these little panel plates installed, just to give us a uniform appearance up here. I haven't decided with this yet. And then we have the area down here that is still undesignated for anything. So I'm thinking we may put residential down here. And if we put residential down here, what we'll do is we'll have a like a little access area that comes through and drops you down, and then maybe have, the individual units down here for people to claim as their own. Or I might just leave it open and let, when we put it up on the workshop, people can define what they want in there for the spacing. And over here is the same that we have on the other side. It's just, nothing in here yet. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to put on over here. Like I said, I am really tempted to have this be habitation. Just to give you an idea what we're kind of talking about here. Let me grab a few plates. I don't need many. So what we're talking about doing is having that be basically the floor area, and this being the back wall. And then we have something like this, where it is, and then basically everything down here is the habitation floor. Oh, out of steel plates. Give me this one back. Yep. So yeah, so basically something like this, and then we basically would just ration these out. You'd have a space that was, say, I don't know, like 2x3 or something like that. Or this might be like a common area down here, and then we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could probably get away with doing that here. You know, basically have this set off and then have, you know, stairs coming down into here for one unit, and then on the other side of the ship we have another unit. But yeah, we'll figure it out. No pressure, no pressure. Alright, so let's go back through. I'll show you what we've got going on here for the new bridges. So this actually comes up the center line in between the two hull halves that we did before. If you remember when we first started, we started with two halves of the red ship that we put side by side. And this walks basically up that spire. You have a small room here, which I'm thinking we're probably going to put a Mr. Coffee in here, so that we have a place that lets us respawn fairly securely in the middle of the ship. You come up here, there's our shield generators, if you remember. So we're in the upper portion of the port hull on this side, and this is the starboard hull on the other side. And if you come down here, there's a little window you can peek out of. You have the upgrades for the shield generator, and then you have the industrial area back here. And I don't remember, I pressurized this, right? Yeah, I got it. So this entire area is now pressurized. You have your antenna, you have your ore detector, an air vent, and if you remember the assembler room, we had all of this pipe together back through here, and I went ahead and pulled this back portion off and basically cleaned up the lines here, so that we actually have everything set up so we can get in and out through the ship. Oh. Come on. And this gives us a different way out of the ship. So if we need to come out and do maintenance, we can actually do that. And then obviously we have it on the other side as well. You know, making it easy to get around. Mac, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Zeron, welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and had a terrific week thus far. And then over here on this side, I think we're going to make our secondary engineering. Basically, this will be our manufacturing room. So we'll have you know, some LCDs that show what's being made on both sides, so we can see what we're producing. If you go down this way, this takes you into a lower area that has our repair system, which is the holographic projector. And this entire thing is blueprinted now. And the hologram, the projector, actually has the blueprint in it. So when you turn it on, you turn Bob on. Bob will actually be able to repair the ship. So as long as this thing survives, and you have supplies on hand, you're pretty good to go. Your Skyrim character. Sure. Just be aware, YouTube will edit links. It'll remove the links, so you'll have to send it to me directly. And then here you have like a little observatory area, so you can check to make sure your shields are online. Nice, Smack, nice. Alright, so if we head back up this way, we have one bridge here, and then we on the other side, this is on the port side, on the starboard side, we actually have this set up mirrored. And we do have, as you can tell, everything in here is oxygen tight and pressurized. So we have a vent that's tied into the... Oh, look. Should be a panel there that's not there anymore. Interesting. I'm kind of interested into why that is doing that. Interesting. Looks like something broke in the module. Huh. Alright. Now the last thing that we did is, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but if you look down on the status bar there, you will see that we have a weapon in slot 1. This is these two cannons stuck in the middle here. These are from the Inspired Weaponry pack, I believe, which is done by Krieg. For those who watch the channel with any regularity, you know that I use a lot of Krieg's mods because I like Krieg's mods. But the big thing is, this thing has a effective weapons fire range of about 1.5 kilometers, so it's not completely overpowered, but it is rather large explosive devices. So, and then we have, I'm gonna do this, and we have a small gate to keep them safe for when you're not using them. So. Yeah, so the new Iron Man, the new season of Iron Man is supposed to be coming up here soon, isn't it? It's what, next month, right? May? So yeah, but that's basically what we've been working on. So let me take you over to the other ship. So what happened is I was fighting some of the pirates, basically minding my own business. I'm gonna go this way. It's faster. Minding my own business, having some fun, flying around in space when I got attacked by some pirates. We actually had the RG show up, the Argentavis, and when it showed up, we ended up fighting it, crippled it, but it was able to jump out of system before we were able to kill it. And we started flying around, and I noticed in the horizon it looked like, you know, I'd broken off part of the ship. So we went over to explore, and this is what we found. So yeah, I was really surprised that these were in the game still. I honestly did not remember leaving the encounters turned on, but you know, it's all good, right? So, oh, awesome. Thanks, man. I'll take a look. But yeah, so this is one of the, just like the random encounter ships. We came over, basically took the window out of the front where the cockpit is, and we went in and, you know, checked to make sure there was nothing explosive on board. When everything came back clean, we decided to go through and take a look, and as you can see, Bob has been busy repairing things. Usually these things get blown up. So, but yeah, it's a nice little ship. Now we do end up with a lot of parts if we break this thing down. So I'm really tempted to do so just to harvest the parts off of it. Because we do have two large reactors here. A crap ton of the gyros, you know, and just the miscellaneous stuff. But there's unfortunately no cargo on board. Well, there are cargo systems, but there's nothing in any of them. Yeah, everything is empty. Which is unfortunate. Basically, I brought over a little bit of uranium, powered on the reactors long enough to open up the hatches for the solar panels. And then we just left it from there, so. Now what we could do is if we want to keep this thing, I'm wondering, can we get away with, in theory we could put sloped windows there. I'd have to take the light off of this, which is fine. But we could actually make this entire ship airtight. It would take a little bit of work, but we could do it. And as you can see, we've got the landing gear down so that we could attach it to the ship. So, yeah. So what do you think? Should we break this thing down? Or should we keep it? Because if we keep it, we're going to have to rebuild a few things. Like, we're going to have to add, you know, 2 more thrusters in here, repair the armor on this side. I think there's, yeah, armor over here needs to be repaired. But I think that's really all that needs to be done. There's, like I said, there's thrusters missing in various places, but alright. But yeah, so let me know what you think. If we should break it down or if we should keep it. I mean, like I said, it's just minor repairs to have a second ship. Now, it is completely unarmed, so we would have to figure out if we wanted to put weapons on it or not, but, you know. Or we could try to integrate it into the red ship somehow. Oh, you know what we could do? Would I be able to build one of your ship designs? Maybe. It depends on which design and how big it is. If it's something that's like a kilometer long, probably not. But if it's, if it's a moderate size, probably. So what I'm thinking here is if we move that new ship up top. Alright, we have uranium. Let's jump in here really quick. And this side does not have a breach, the other side does. Alright, I just need to get into one of the areas that I can get cargo into it. Or into the cargo system, I should say. There you go. So we're gonna drop. There's not enough power for it. Okay. Should be. Yeah, there's power. What the hell? Alright, whatever. Alright, let's do it this way. There you go. You guys are powered on. You are all powered on. Awesome. So there's basically enough power coming in for the for the lights to work. Alright. So what we're going to do is we are going to go like so. Okay, so what I had done previously was have this thing attached to the bottom of the ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this beast around a little bit. And I am going to bring it up so that it will sit on top of the ship. Because what I'm thinking about here is maybe stripping off some of the, like the nacelle area. Let me show you here. Let me show you what I'm thinking. So you know how we have the big chassis piece here in the middle, right? The main fuselage? What I'm thinking is to maybe put a merge block on this. And you know what? Let's go ahead and go bring you in. Let me show you. Because this thing does have the rocket pods on the front. But what I'm thinking is maybe bring this over and possibly strip the nacelles off? I don't know. Let's see here. But basically have this thing mounted to the top of the ship. We could even move it back a little bit. Let's see here. Let's level you out. There you go. Hell, we could even leave the whole thing attached and just bring this down like so. This thing almost fits. This thing fits almost perfectly in that space. Because if we bring that back, the one thing that we would run into, or potentially run into, but you see what I'm saying? Something like this, where basically it would end up attached to the top of the ship. And if we did it with merge blocks, we could build a buffer in between the two holes so that when this thing was attached, you know, you basically get full maneuverability of it. But when it was but when we needed to, we could have it detached, so you end up with two ships. Hey, Sotos, how you doing? Heavily modify it? Yeah, I would end up modifying... No matter what I do, I'm going to end up modifying the ship. I am one of those people who I tend to enjoy having my ships be able to be pressurized, regardless of the hit to the, the system performance for doing so. But it would definitely change up the lines of the original ship. I mean, we could even do it so that it wasn't a separate ship. And that way there's a clear separation of what is the front and the back of the ship. And then that leaves you with a true cockpit here. And then you have the secondaries here, and then down where the current bridge levels are. And then we have the engineering section back here behind the main propulsion system. This could be interesting. Alright, let's get out of the seat really quick. And we are going to go out of the hole in the side of the ship. There it is. Let's go take a look at this really quick. Because look at that. I mean, that is ridiculous how well that matches up. And all we would have to do to match these two together is to put a merge block right here. I would actually put it over here probably. Just so that it matches up a little bit better. Because those look to be... That's a slope block. That might work, actually. Might work really well. Build a World War II, then Starship? Well, which World War II ship are you talking about? Like a battleship, or like just a small cruiser, destroyer, something like that? Because there's a couple of destroyers I think would be really fun to have, you know, just turn them into like a spaceship design, kind of like with what Wargaming does for for their April Fool's Day, April 1st content pushes. That might be kind of interesting. But yeah, just trying to think here. What do we want to do with this? So if we do put a merge in, basically this all comes out. This all comes out. I'm wondering if maybe I just want to strip the back portion of this thing off and mount that where these thrusters are. Basically take these thruster arrays out and then take these thrusters off as well and just bring this whole thing down and merge that. Man, mining carriage, okay. Not worried about a mining carriage. That could be fun. Oh, World War II themed ship? Yeah, I could do that. Like I said, there's a couple of World War II destroyers that I would actually like to see done as spaceships. So, Alright. So just so we can see what I'm talking about here. So we could go basically from, say, here, split the ship here along this line. right? Let's move back here really quick. We'll leave that. So basically, cut the ship there, roughly, or actually, no. If I was going to cut it, I would keep that line, and do it over here. So yeah, cut it on this line instead. And then what we would do is we would just work to pull these lines into what we have here. So we'd end up stripping back most of this. This could be interesting. How many blocks is that? That's 3 blocks, right? 2, 3, and then there's 3 more there. So if we had this shifted back here, that's 1. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically this thruster would be sitting directly over one of these 2 blocks, and then have this basically stripped back so that the line then goes down from there. Okay, so if we do that, where's that going to split in here at? Is that going to split 1 block behind the entrance ramp, which is going to put it this block line here. So that's where it would cut into on the internal. So we'd be losing everything forward of here. So all of this would go away. That might work, actually. And that also solves one of the other things that I wanted, because I did want solar panels on this ship when it was done, but I was having problems figuring out where to put them. So we would be losing a bit of lateral, a bit of main propulsion. Actually, no, we would be able to keep main propulsion. We'd actually be able to keep those laterals too. The only thing we would really lose are these guys, these 8. So what we would be gaining, that's 12, 24, so we'd actually be gaining 16. Yeah, this might be interesting. Hey, none. This is actually local. I'm running this local, not on a dedicated server. The ship design, however, will be made available. Actually, let me. So the original ship, the mutant red ship, that will be made available for people who want to play around with it, just to see what the internals look like. I mean, you're all, you know, if I put it up on the workshop, you're free to gut it as you see fit. So. Hey Haru, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so what I'm thinking here is I'm seriously considering cutting this ship in half. Since we found it, for those who don't know, I had the derelicts turned on, and we ran into the one that doesn't explode, so yeah, we ended up with a free ship, basically. So if we merge block this, basically we'll have to take all of this out. So we take that out, we would take that off. Of course, this is that's an odd number block versus an even number block chassis. So what we would need to do let's do a quick count and see how wide this thing is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, it's going to be 48, 49 blocks wide. Oh no, wait, I miscounted that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. So 16 is 32, 33. So it's 33 wide. So if we... Oh, you know what? We could do that, actually. Now, would we have the room if we did that? Oh, we could do that. Okay, so what I was thinking was we split. So we cut the nose off, like I was talking about before, and then we split this thing down the center here, right? Take the engines. So we'll split this thing, move half of it one way, the other half the other. And I was wondering about maybe strapping the halves back here instead. So basically move the turrets out, but then it means we do lose this portion. We lose part of the hangar system, which I'm actually fine with. Oh, so many ideas. Oh. Find a second derelict and put it on the bottom. That would be... Wow, that would be energy intensive. Could be done. Could be done. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking I actually kind of like this idea. The question is how would we get it to match up on this? I mean, I guess I could technically leave it so that it was kind of attached here. So that this portion, basically the antenna array here, attaches to like up here. Oh, this is going to be a pain to do in survival. In creative mode, this would be so much easier because I just cut it and match it down there. In survival, though, we don't have that ability. Okay, so how many? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we do a cut here to take that piece off. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could actually do that. So if we did 2, 3, 4. So if we did a merge block right here, and then we did a merge block here, we could mate this together on both. We basically would do this for both sides. So I'd have to cut that winglet off. Gravity drive is fun, yeah. Gravity drives are a pain in the butt to add to a ship if you didn't plan for them originally. Oh, but it could be done. Could be done. So if we did that, we could mount that section here. If we wanted to add the entire winglet, we would basically have to cut this line off. So we'd end up cutting that line off and doing the same thing, which actually, 1, 2, that might actually be kind of interesting, honestly. I think I like that idea a little bit better. So what we would do is we would mount it so that this engine was centered over here, over this. Oh, that might work really well, actually. Because then this would wrap around, right? Because this only has, as long as this goes out further than 7. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if that's from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could do that. We basically would just strip the thrusters off, add this on top of it. Keep them together. Keep it together, and on the top, make the two holes wider to flow together. Maybe. See, the problem is that we are in survival mode, so in creative mode, all of this would be, you know, basically whatever we wanted to do, just split it, you know, move things around, cut and paste them. But for here, what this is going to entail is basically I'm going to have to build a tugboat to move sections around as we need to. Because if we bring, I mean, we could even just split this thing, like basically grind everything on the bottom half of this down. So basically everything below this line, at this line, we could grind all of that down and just bring the whole thing down. But the problem that we run into is that this ship, the ship that we found, is based on an odd width, and our ship is based on an even width. Yeah, do you need math to make gravity drive? Unfortunately, I know the math to make the gravity drive. Effectively, no. What you do is you end up using artificial mass blocks and gravity drives that are oriented in each of the 6 directions that you want to travel. And the more gravity drives that you the more gravity generators that you have in each orientation will increase the acceleration of the mass block as long as it's overlapped in the fields. So you generally end up using 2 or more artificial mass blocks and like 3 or 4 generators for each direction you want to travel, and then you just use button systems to turn things on and off as you need to. The big problem with gravity drives is that they don't work in atmosphere anymore. When you get into natural gravitational fields or planetary gravitational fields, the difference between 1G and your gravity system is subtracted from your gravity system. So if you're landing on a moon that has, say, a 0.25 and you have 1G of artificial gravity, when you're on the surface of that, you'll have a 0.75 artificial and 0.25 planetary. It's fun stuff. Yeah, balance is definitely key, though. So, yeah. So what that was one of the reasons why I was thinking, coming back to the cutting the ship up. One of the reasons why I was thinking about cutting the wings off and then we transplant them down here is then we don't have to worry about the even and odd of the total hull. We just have to worry about making sure things are centered on both sides the way we need to mount it. And then we can tie, because we'll already have structure here, we'll be able to tie that back into the rest of the ship. And I think that that will meet up fairly nicely. But we do need to make a tug. Alright. Let me get this. Let me head in here really quick. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to our hangar space, go pick up our ship. Since we have the little mining craft, may as well use it, right? Oh, so you're saying basically overload the gravity equation while on your own planet? Interesting, because the last time I tried it, the planet inside the planetary gravity field, you could only have enough gravity to basically counter the planetary gravity. Anything over that, just it didn't work. I'll have to try that again then. No, slicing the ship down the vertical center would be easy. Yeah, no, separating the pieces of the ship is not the problem. It's the how am I going to get things around. You are set to depressurize now, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the problem that we run into isn't the how do you cut it. The problem that we run into is how do you maneuver the pieces. There we go. Yeah, so what I was talking about doing was having, since this thing has a landing gear on it, basically we would just attach it to whatever section we were working with at that point in time and move it into position. Yeah, I mean, we could do... Here, let me... we're gonna hop out of here really fast. Oh, is this the side with the hole? No. Yeah. So the inside of the ship is basically built around the idea of, you know, it being mostly hollow. There's nothing mission critical here except for the batteries. And then you have a lone cargo container here in the middle. So now if we come out this way, we'll show you what we got over here. So that one cargo container, which is right here, ties into this system of conveyors and a welder, which really makes me wonder, what are you? Interesting. So basically they have it set up so that the welders will keep the main ion thrusters online long enough for you to try and get away, so if you're being shot. It's actually a pretty good idea. Oh. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm using the tiered drills on it, but it's set up around the idea that even if you don't have the tiered drills, you can still use it for excavation. So, oh no worries, Aaron. Yeah, it's a auto repair system without needing to use a blueprint and projector set. You basically just turn these things on, and as they take damage, it'll repair it. That's the old school auto repair system. That should tell you how old this build is. It's got a lot of assemblers in here too. How many assemblers do we have? We've got 2 assemblers, 2 refineries. I mean, if you were doing survival and you stumbled upon this with just one of the small like escape pods, this would basically do it for you for a ship. You would not really need to do much else. You'd be able to still explore with this thing. So we do have gravity generators, which I've turned off. So yeah. Alright, so if we go with the idea of splitting it vertically down the middle, right? Which means basically all of this, because things like these hatches are going to go away anyway, I'm not that worried about it. Let's see what we have with this. So if we split this thing straight down the middle, you know, splitting it straight down the middle might not be that bad of a... Well, it wasn't a bad idea to begin with, but it may not be that bad of an effort either, because then we could actually strap each half of this. We could flatten this point out here. Let me see something here. Let's go like this. Alright. Resetting the paint. Alright, so if we split this thing... Let's go with a ugly yellow color so we know that... So if we did something like that, right? So we split right down this line. So we split down that line. Obviously we lose the 2 big thrusters in the back, that's fine. Do we actually get other thrusters? Yeah, we get other thrusters there. So what we would end up with, just so we have a visual indicator, all this goes away, right? So all that goes away. So basically from here to here gets added to this side. We strip out, maybe we might be able to get away with stripping out just this line. How tall is that block-wise? That is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 blocks tall. And you are how many blocks tall at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we would have to strip out both the upper and lower portions of this piece here. So this entire piece would have to go away. But we'd be able to mount that down here. And at that 6 tall, so we start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would all, well, no, that actually wouldn't go away because it's recessed, but it would have to be sculpted a little bit. And if we took this piece, yeah, actually no, we just resculpt that. Okay, that could work. Yeah, I think that would work really well, actually. Okay, so let's paint this pink. We'll have Bob do the dirty work for us. There you go. Alright. And we'll do the same on the other side. We do not want you to be stripped back there, thank you. Alright. So I think we have a plan for this. What's really going to be fun is when it's time to color this whole thing. And we want to pull you guys out. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and... We're going to do that manually. Just, I don't want pieces floating around. Alright, so when Bob is done with this... so let's go ahead and grab you then. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach... Come in. There we go. We'll go ahead and land this beast over here. So you know what's going to be really fun is when we go to hook this thing in, because we're going to have to pipe in the reactors. All right. So that's done. We are going to put a merge block right there. And we're going to have to do one on the other side as well. There we go. Alright, now comes the fun part of figuring out where on here we want to have the other merge block. If we set this up right, sorry if I get lost in my my thoughts a little bit. I go really quiet. I do apologize for that. So if we do this, let's see. What looks the best? Let's go here. Do we want it hanging back something like this? Or do we want it be a little bit more compact? Yeah. Those lines are going to look really good when it's done, I think. Because with us attaching this thing, that parking job was actually much better than I thought it was. Interior work's going to be an adventure in itself. Yes, 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 it is. So we bring it back like this a little bit. Let's see. Because what I was thinking was I kind of like the line for it to be somewhere around there. So that you end up with something like this, right? So where the nose of the new ship basically ends right in front of, or in this case, right behind the lateral thrusters there on the upper chassis portion. So you end up with, it'll end up looking something like that from above. So where the yellow line is, basically you split this so that the front end of the current black ship oversits the conveyor section. And then we can do something to bring in the center portion there. Yeah, I'm thinking that's gonna. I think that'll look good. How are we doing for O2? We're okay. So basically, this block here. Let's go. This one will match up with the area like right here, because we've got that set. Where was that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay. Alright, let's do this. The worst that happens is we don't like it, we melt the entire thing down. Okay. Alright. So we'll let Bob pull most of this apart. There we go. And then once Bob's got most of this pulled apart, we'll be able to come through and clean up the rest of the lines here a little bit. And we want Bob's going to grind those down automatically, which is good. Go ahead and grab the rest of this. Meteor storms are always inbound. Okay, so the ship is mostly cut in half now. Nope, inventory is full. Okay. Now, which hangar is this one? Okay. Let's go drop off all parts we've just picked up. so that Bob has the materials that he will need later on. There we go. And while Bob is working on that portion, I want Bob to grab the piston. And while he's doing that, we'll finish taking this portion apart, I should say. Okay. This will be interesting when it's done. So this line's going to have to come out. Basically, that's what's holding the whole ship together right now, is this central line and the batteries. So I want Bob to pull the lights first, just because I hate wasting components if I don't need to. You can pull that stuff. And once that's done, he can pull the rest of this stuff apart. So let's go ahead and give him a hand up here. Yeah, it's like when you're building your ship, if you have a mostly hollow ship, then what you end up with is, if something breaks, you know, it's the whole thing just kind of falls apart. Conveyor goes away. Now, yeah, mapping this, like actually adding all of this crap back into the chassis is going to be interesting. Okay, so you're actually there. I want to make sure that we're not breaking the whole ship apart by taking some of this out, because I don't want the halves drifting off quite yet. So Bob is going to take the blast doors out, which is good. He's going to grind those down. Thrusters are still online because both sides have their own reactor. Alright, so the only thing really holding this whole thing together now is like 6 blocks. 7 blocks, something like that. Okay, is there anything other than that 1 block for that chair to sit on? Nope. Okay. So we're going to leave that for right now, just in case we do have to move the ship for some reason. Once we have the rest of this stuff figured out and set up, then we'll deal with the chair. I'm just waiting for Bob to finish pulling all that stuff apart. Alright. And yes, we're doing this with no save. Oh, so if we don't like it, we're going to have to break the whole thing down. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there was a lot of gyros on it. The Phantom Pana, the big white ship, I have something like, I want to say 24 gyros on it to get it to handle the way it's handling right now. And I think we're gonna, while we're here, let's Let's give the panda a little nose job, shall we? Alright, so let's stylize that up a little bit more. There we go. Yep. Okay, I am going to take these off because I am not a huge fan of the these particular style rocket launchers in the game. We can always put them back if we need to. Now, the one thing I don't like about these batteries is the fact that you don't get any of the damn components back. I want the actual battery components. Oh, the cells. I want to get those back, but I miss the days when you could do that. Alright, so cargo container. So you are holding things together, or are you just floating there? You are just floating there. You're not actually connected on either side. Okay. So you're going to come out of there. So right now, yeah, the batteries are basically the batteries and the block that the cockpit is sitting on are what holding this whole thing together. All right. Now the question is, you know what I should do? And I think I'm going to is we're just going to slap a do we have opposing thrusters? Okay, so we're just going to slap a couple of just small thrusters on here. Nothing too concerning. Let's we're going to mark these so we know that these are temporary. We're going to put one there, one there. And then for this one, and that's so that when the ship is cut in half, this thing doesn't go drifting off for no reason. Yeah. There. Go back to the pink. Hey Mesmo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday. For those who are joining us, we are doing some Space Engineers today. We have captured one of the derelict ships, and we are in the process of splitting it down the middle after a bit of a lively debate. And we're going to merge block this onto the ship itself. Was it scary or creepy enough? I don't know. What do you guys think? Was it scary or creepy? All right. So that's there. Bob has finally taken care of that stuff, so let's go ahead and have him take care of the rest of these. I'll make sure there is. Okay, so the gyros are going to have to come out because they are attached to the batteries. Otherwise, we're going to have gyros floating around inside the ship. And we don't want that. So let's go ahead and get that gyro out, get that one out. There you go. So once the gyros are out, then it's just basically the that. Yeah, so it's just this little bit of stuff left. Then the batteries come out. The battery back or a light back here. Okay, Bob, go to it. Make us proud, Bob. Make us proud. The ghostly noise. So the that kind of like the moaning. Only have 33 minutes of playtime. Oh, missing out. It's all good. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so if we have this beast matching up right here, I might be able to. So let me see if you do. How far down do you go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're at 5 spaces. If we do, you know what? Let's get this into position. We'll move this into position once it's split, and we'll figure out how high up we want to mount it and how far forward we want to mount it. Because I'm almost thinking to have the front portion here stick out past these laterals, and if we do that, what I'll do is I can remove the lateral. Or if it comes in low enough, we could have it below it and then have the lateral thrusters firing over that slope. Yeah, it sneaks up on you quickly, so it definitely sneaks up on you quickly. The first like 500 to 1,000 hours, it's just like, where did I get all of this time to do this? Oh no, thanks for the subscribe, man. Appreciate that. None Uno 53, thank you. Welcome to the community. If I had a good YouTube bot, the YouTube bot would actually be telling you know how you can find us over on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. But I believe the links are actually down in the description below the video as well. So all the community links, including the workshop links. All right. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and. Now, I did think about keeping these batteries. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, it's okay. Nothing that we can't make more of. Best cheater I've ever seen, huh? Well, did you like how Captain Adonis had to change the rules because of the blueprint fiasco? Because I read it past him before I did it, and I was like, okay, this is, you know, here's my idea. You're probably going, you know, so yeah. I did find it funny that some of the rules have been changed because of that stunt. Oh. Only because of the blueprint? Well, there were other things as well, but I think the blueprint was what really got everybody. It was just like, because nobody had really thought about doing that at that point. And I basically played with a lot of technicality on it. Oh, look at this. It's actually strong enough to be a tug. It's slowly moving. Look, we're up to almost 0.2 meters a second. But it's working. Well, see, we could stop here and add a second block. Just merge the entire thing, right? Oh, man. It might actually be easier to put a chair on this thing and steer it in that way. Well, I'd have to put a chair and gyro on it, but which we may end up doing. I actually think I appreciate... Whoa, what the hell? Oh, it's stuck on the ship, that's why. I don't want to burn the hull too much. Have we gotten clear? Damn it, I really hate the new camera. Alright, so this has to come up a bit. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. That's fine. Let's get her up just a little bit more. See, the new camera controls, well, the controls are fine. It's the camera itself is crap. Their camera system, the way that the collision's detected on the camera now, is a pain in the ass. Well, what's funny is that by the time we get into the next Iron Man for Empyrean, the new alpha may be out. And if the new alpha's out, finally, it's going to change a lot of the way that we play the game, so... Alright. So the pieces are clear, I think, right? Are we clear, or are we stuck on something again? Looks like we're clear. It's just slow to move it. Okay. Yeah, see, the thing is that even with placing additional cameras, the cameras have fixed areas of view, so there's not a whole lot that I can really do with them, unfortunately. Alright, you know what? Let's do... We're at a full stop. Okay. So if we throw another... Let's go... Again, these are temporary, so just going to mark them so I know that they're temporary. So if we do... that one. And that one. See if that gives us the oomph we need. Are you online? You are online. Okay. Much better. Okay. The fact that two large thrusters on a small grid are able to move this much mass is kind of frightening, honestly. Yeah, Empyrean is kind of an odd bird for a lot of people. The folks that are really invested in space engineers, I have an issue with some of it, basically because of the way mods are currently not implemented for so well for everybody. Wow, that's... I do not have the gyro power for this. Okay. Let's move you out a little bit further. Let's see if we can get the gyros to work here for us. Come on. You can do it! Yeah, see, I should have just built a tug for this thing really quickly. There we go. That should be mostly lined up, right? Back end is a little overturned there, just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this thing a little bit better sorted out here. Okay. So come to a complete stop. We're as close to it as we're going to get. And I need to rotate this thing just a wee bit. It should be about where it needs to be. Right? Pretty damn close. Alright. Yeah, you can do a lot in Empyrean. I mean, you can do a lot in, obviously you can do a lot in Space Engineers too. Empyrean has a bit more of the survival focus, and that's one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much. Alright, we're going to throw another thruster on this thing, and maybe a couple of gyros. So let's get you out of there. We're gonna... Come here. Come here, you. Throw a couple of gyros on there. Man. We're building the inadvertent tug. Alright. Are you really not going to let me? Really? There we go. Okay. That should hopefully give us a little bit better control on this thing now. Let me guess, you're missing metal plate, or not metal plates, but the grids? What are you missing? Oh, they're actually done. You're just missing welding time. Okay, we can do that. Alright. Are you rotating the wrong way? You're rotating the wrong way. Whoopsie. There we go. Now we're rotating the right way. Yeah, it's basically what I'm doing. Alright. So we want the nose to come up. There we go. Let's move away from the ship a little bit here, just to make sure. Yeah, no. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I like when people put progression servers together. Those things they tend to be a lot of fun to play on. Alright. Alright, so we are almost where we need to be here. I'm obviously going to have to take some of the lateral thrusters off the back of this thing, but you know, off the center chassis. So if we move this back a little bit. So if we go, what do you think about there? Good, I'll take a look at this really quick before it drifts off too much. So yeah, if we move that... Oh man. I don't know, do we want to move that forward? Because that's what it would look like now. Do we want to move that forward or do we want to leave it there? I'm thinking move it forward like a block. If we move it forward a block, those are going to come out, obviously. I'm not going to worry about those right now. Alright, so... move it forward a block. So you are here. So if we do merge block there, let me see here. So if we do merge block there, get rid of that for a second. This is going to come down a little bit. That's going to come down there. It's going to move forward one block. Effectively one block, actually. I'm kind of liking it matching up right there. You know what? So if we get those to match up, that should be where we want it. Now we get one shot at this because we've got a bunch of blocks we'd have to grind out once this merge hits. Alright. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to trim it up a little bit. I'm not that worried about it, but this is going to be interesting. So we need this to go forward just a hair. And my dog took this time to let me know his displeasure. Docking camera needs to be a thing again. Alright. Alright. Let's go take a look. I want to see how close we are. Okay, so we are... Wow, we are where we need to be forward. I need to bring the elevation up just a touch and then bring the whole thing down. Okay. Yeah, let's shut. There we go. Damn, pups. I need to figure out what the hell I'm feeding you that is giving you that. Wow. Okay, so we'll bring this down just a little bit. Come on. Damn it, camera. Keen, fix your damn camera. Alright. Come on. Alright, so how are we doing here? Oh, look at you. Alright, so if we just slide to the side, should be okay. Did it not take? Okay, it's where it needs to be. Okay, so it looks like I need to rotate clockwise a little bit. Come on. Hate merge blocks. You know what it might be? It might be those thrusters. Yep, I'm betting. So I don't think I have any lights or anything mounted on the side here, right? So all of that is good. All of that is good. Yeah, I'm betting it's you guys. Yep, there it is. It locked. Yeah, see, it was the thrusters keeping it from merging. Okay, that's absolutely horrifying, but it works. That's first one down. All right. The things we do for love. Make sure, yes, we are latched on. Okay. Now we're latched onto there. We get to repeat the process once more. Alright, so we did... Where did we end up with that? We went ahead and just... Okay, so yeah, we put it in between here. So we're going to put the merge block there. So we just slide that bad boy over. Alright, time to rinse and repeat. first one is always the worst one. Okay, so we want to get you squared up a little bit better here. All right. It's always fun when things explode around us. Call it a D7. Oh. Yeah, we're kind of getting into board territory at this point. We're assimilating all the technology that we run across. There we go. That should be too much. We need to bring that back a little bit. Too much the other way now. See, it's the overcoming the inertial mass that's the problem. Okay, so there you go. Let's nose her down a little bit. Come on. These cameras, man. Bring the nose down just a touch. Should be good. I swear, is it really too much to ask for a camera that doesn't collide on just random crap all the time? Okay, that should be about where it needs to be, I think. Let's go take a look. Let's see how she's matching up here. Alright, so it needs to go forward. So it needs to go forward 2 blocks, down 1 block. Okay, I think we can do this. Actually, what we should do, let's do it this way. So we want this to here. We want that to be matched up with that. Height-wise, we want... It's got to come down one... I said 1 block, right? Is it 1 block or 2 blocks it has to come down? 1 block it has to come down, right? Yeah, 1 block, okay. So we want you matched up with you, right? No, that's not right. Other way. Okay. So you matched with... which is the first block there? The window. Okay. We can do that. Specifically, that block. Make sure that's right. Yes, that should be right. Okay. Nope. Wrong buttons. Okay. And the visual guides are so you can see what I'm seeing. I know that the system does not always, like when you're talking about stream, the resolution doesn't always help you guys to see the minute block movements. And this way you can actually see what I'm seeing as well a little bit easier. Man, I'd love to have KSP cameras in this thing. Alright. A little bit further forward. See if that's got us. Yeah, I think I would actually kill for KSP cameras in here. I'm here. Alright. So that should be mostly in position at this point. We just need to see... So it needs to go down one full block. Okay. But it's where it needs to be here, right? Okay, so I need to bring the nose down. Oh, 3/4 of a second. And down a block. Okay. So we want the nose to come down. Okay, that should be pretty... If that's not... Oh, that might have been it. That might have been it. Let's see. No, we bounced. We need to come down more. Okay. Need to come down more. It looks like we're right for elevation on these two. So rotate counterclockwise, half a degree or so, 1/4 degree. Actually, that might be within tolerance. We just have to bring it down half a block. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, that tells me we are way out of rotation. All right, get your butt down here, buddy. Come on. Okay, so we're basically where it needs to be. It's just getting it rotated around now so that we can actually get what we need it to do. Come on. Damn it, camera. I'm not quite sure why we bounced like that, but you know, it's good. Color coding helped? Awesome. Yeah, I don't want it to combine yet, because I need to get it at the right elevation and everything. Once we have everything at the right attitude, then it'll, we'll deal with everything else. But yeah, the thrusters shouldn't have had us bounce like that. What is that? Your commercial freighter. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about you then. Let me bring camera back into control here. And we're getting close. That is pretty damn close, actually. Okay. So now we can take those thrusters out. Come here, Bob. Looks like it's good. We should be able to just slide this thing over now and hopefully be done with it. Come here, you. And that would be the ship combined. By our hulls combined. Alright. Hey, I didn't rip the landing gear off this. Whoa, Jesus. Okay, now before we go any further, wow, that thing's we're gonna take the extra gyros off. Oh, we're gonna grab you guys out of there. I do not need my mining craft to be that zippy. Alright. And we were over on that side. Okay. Whee! My mining craft is zippy on its own. It does not need help. Oh, hello. Thank you. Now it has some semblance of actual control again. Whoopsie. Commercial freighter, okay. So, we have combined the ships. Yeah, I know, right? Now, we need to figure out how we're going to tie the whole thing together back here. Oh. Nice. Need a backup cam. I just need a camera of the system that works. Alright. So what I'm thinking here is we're probably going to do just a simple wraparound on this. Make these basically more cylinder-like. I might mirror that a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm thinking something just pretty straightforward, very simple. Let's go get some of the stuff off of here. And so I'm thinking something like this.
Meteor storm inbound.
Alright, so you did that there, so we will go damn it. Alright. So basically something like this. And then that will allow me to have thrusters in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So maybe bring these out one. Yeah. Let's. I'll leave that one. Just this one. There we go. So what we do is we have something like, say, like this, where we go here to there, rotate that around like so. I keep forgetting I have the rifle. I don't usually have my rifle equipped. And you actually go like this. So you end up with something like that. And then basically we'll mirror what we have here on both sides. So then that will come out. 1, 2, 3. Actually, what do you have there? You're using those. Maybe. We might do that. Let's see. And you are coming out that way. Maybe. We might just mirror like they have it here, which would be which way did they do that? They did that like that. That like that. Yeah, and I basically have two large thrusters here. Yeah, we can do that. And so yeah, basically I was talking about doing something like this. We just close that off back here. Oh, so that actually comes out one more. Oh, we'll have to redo that line then. That's fine. So basically what we're actually going to do then is have that like that. How did you guys handle that? You went there. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll straighten the line up a little bit later. It's fine. But then basically we'll end up with 2 large thrusters in here. Okay, that works. We have an idea, and we're going to do the same on the other side. And basically what this will let us do is wrap this down, and then we'll tie it into this portion of the chassis here. We might rework some of this other stuff. I don't know. Oh yeah, thruster. There will definitely be thrusters at the back. There'll be 2 of these in here. Come on, there you go. We'll do 2 of those, like so. And then basically what we'll do is like I said, we'll mirror this system. So you have this on the other side as well. And then we'll just build back from here and round the whole thing out. Smooth it up. You want to walk it? Sure. We can walk it. Alright, so go ahead and do our we're gonna clean this up a little bit here. Why are you not letting me? Oh, it's that odd ass excuse me, it's that odd angle. Alright, so show you what we got here. Let's get rid of the UI so you can actually see it. So now we have the hanger, we have offset thrusters. We have a whole lot more thruster than we used to. Let's go ahead and get rid of those. Those were temporary, so they're coming out. The other ones have already come off. So at least let's take a look and see what the line looks like now. I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. The side profile needs work. We need to do something with the back half of the original ship. But I'm kind of liking the way the whole thing is playing out here. Oh, the Titan? Yeah, I know, right? So from here, I'm liking the new. I am liking the new aft profile. We might end up, since we have the room for it, I might duplicate this thruster nacelle here down below, just to give us more retro thruster. We'll see how that works out though. Alright, but you wanted to walk the new piece. Let's see here, you are there. So if we go through here, let's see, you are still pressurized. But what this means is that we could actually do that. Because if we do that, let's take you out of there. We're just going to throw a couple of blocks in here really quickly just to, for placeholder, so we can get some idea of what we might do to tie it together. There we go. Not worried about it. They're going to come out of there anyway. But that does open up some possibility for us on how to get in and out of this thing. Look at that. So there's actually going to be an easy way to do a tie-in to supply over here, because we basically put in a conveyor junction there, run a couple of junctions in here, and I think, I don't know, is that actually tied in? That may not be tied in. But yeah, so basically that'll allow us to run a line straight down here to tie into this system. And then we just wrap the entire thing through. And because we have conveyor feeds here, we might be able to put something back here. I'm thinking we may be able to mount a large, like one of the really big guns back here. Ooh. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is we'll probably do a bit of a skeletal build over most of this piece to keep so that the thrusters can stay here. And then when you get it back to about to this point, oh, let's see here. So when we get back to about this point, we may end up building a section back here specifically. So we may do something that bridges all of this, that then ties into, oh, I don't know, about here or so. Something that goes up from about here. If that makes sense. So basically what you'll end up with is you'll have a passageway that comes down through here, and then back here we'll have maybe like a full-on engineering section. Could do docking bay, yeah. I'm almost tempted, and it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, is if we go forward with this idea where we basically make this a cylinder, we make it a cylinder up until about here or so. We turn this into a capture point. So like when we find new ships, we have a system here for breaking the ships down. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We have plenty of time. So, but yeah, I think we did pretty good today. We got a lot done. I am kind of curious to see how this whole thing flies now. Welding ribs? Yeah, maybe. That's what I was kind of thinking about. Yeah, I mean, we could even do that. I mean, basically we have all of this. We have the thruster space here. Basically put a big bridge back here overlooking the entire ship. And then we stylize the stuff over here with like ribs or something, tying it all together. So maybe something like, get you out there for a second. Something that comes out, comes down, and actually, let's go. Something that goes maybe like this. Here we go. I'm thinking something maybe like this. Of course, that means this is gonna have to just give me the damn light. I swear. There we go. Something along the lines of this. And we go back here again. Actually, know what we could do. If we want it to be really fun with it, we could say something like this. Paint this piece pink. It's gonna go that way, so we go take you out of there and we do this instead. And again, I apologize if I go a little quiet, folks. Nothing personal. Just trying to figure out which way to make this thing work the way I want it to work. Yeah, I'm liking that better. Liking that much better. Alright. Gives us a little bit more of a line that I'm kind of enjoying. See, because originally what I had thought was do the half block here and have it carry back. Because if we did the half block... Alright, so if we do half block here, we do this... Say carry it back to here, and then we bring this piece back out as a support. Or maybe. We should know what to do here. I don't know. I don't know if I like that or not. Did it weld up that other? Interesting. I don't know. See, the idea is that this would be the actual floor level. So maybe if we did that down one more level. Yeah. Don't fail me, Bob. Thank you. Alright. But yeah, so basically we do something like this, where this becomes the bridge deck. And then we tie it together so that there's some kind of connection either on the side here or that it loops down and around or something. Figure out a way to put a access in here for it. Because then we can have our engineering and gunnery stations here. Yeah, we can make this work. So something like that. The black hole. With the way we're going, it just might. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, these are just some raw ideas right now. If we were going to do stuff like this, one of the things that I'll probably do is make this piece, move it out so that it actually originates here and it comes up. And then that allows me to have this be a little bit more finished by having pieces dip down into the middle here. But just giving you an idea of kind of where we're thinking at right now. Because part of the problem that we're going to run into is, as you see here, the thrusters actually would take these supports out. So by moving them out one, it gives us more space in here. Also allows the thrusters to clear. So, but again, just ideas. We'll figure something out with it. Anyway, I think that's going to about wrap us up for today. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit those like buttons. If you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, want to see more, be sure to subscribe. We do live stream here on YouTube for both Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. US Pacific time. We are over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Halidmer. Same name as I use here. And we do that Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and then on Fridays we are there at 3 p.m. Pacific. You know, early enough that people are getting home and are able to relax a little bit without having to worry too much. Late enough that, you know, for the same thing. Anyway, glad to hang out with everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We will see you. Excuse me, losing my voice. We had a lot of rain lately. So yes, that's what I was gonna say. We will see you back here next time for more random fun and excitement. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody, and hope you all have a fantastic weekend if we don't see you before then. Be safe, everyone. I'm kind of liking the way that back line is working. Yeah, definitely going to have to rework that midship area a little bit. But we can get things done.